Welcome back to another episode of After Hours, and we are here with one top trending headline. We have everyone here back on the couches. Woo. And we also have a new face. We have Mr. Cam Dyer here. He is new to After Hours.
Welcome.
Absolutely thrilled to be here. I'm ready.
So tell everyone where you're from really quickly.
Yeah, I'm from Round Rock, Texas, right outside of Austin, and I just graduated from Arizona State in December, and now I'm here. Happy to be here.
Nice.
Yeah. Sun Devil.
That's right. Fork Chop.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. We are talking about the 2022 Oscars controversy or fight or whatever people are calling it, but Chris Rock made a very ill joke towards Jada Pinkett Smith. And in return, Will Smith, her husband, walked up on the stage and slapped Chris Rock in the face. And it left a lot of debate about if Will Smith deserved it, if Chris Rock made the comment, should he have made it? So what are some of y'all's thoughts about that?
I think we talked about this in the newsroom. Like, first of all, as all of us being like TV people, I think we would all have loved to been in like the control room for that, seeing how the like producers and directors were handling that situation. Because as someone who like sits in the back and like watches all of you from the behind the scenes, I just like, do you stay with it because it's good TV, or do you immediately say cut to commercial, cut away? Find somebody else to look at? Like, what do you do in that situation?
They did cut the audio, but I'm surprised they stayed with it all the way. Though.
I mean, like, they stayed with it, and I mean, it's one of the most like viral clips now. So I guess you're getting from the social media standpoint. I'm like, well, you're getting those clicks and those views.
Now, I don't know if any of the viewers know, but I'm pretty sure we've all heard it. So Chris Rock made the joke, G.I. Jane 2, Can't Wait to See You, in reference to Jada Pinkett Smith, her hair condition. And I think she's suffering from alopecia. She announced that back in 2018 on her Red Table Talk segment. So when it comes to, I guess, poking fun at someone's medical condition, that's something we shouldn't do, right?
Right.
Yeah. But also, do you think that Will Smith should have slapped him? I mean, what is...
It could have been handled way differently.
It was two wrongs.
Yeah.
It was two wrongs.
Yeah.
So what should he have done?
Well, I mean, I
two
don't
wrongs don't
think
make a right.
Chris Rock should have made a joke about her condition. Although I think there were reports that he wasn't aware that she had a condition. But at the same time, I think Will Smith could have handled that situation better as well. Maybe say something during his acceptance speech, or say something even backstage, or just make it aware that, hey, I don't appreciate you poking fun at my wife's medical condition.
Right.
I feel like the yelling that he was doing, from his chair afterwards, he could have done that instead of slapping him. Like he should.
I think it made it a lot more awkward with the yelling. It got like really quiet.
I think they could have played it off if he just smacked him, sat down, and didn't say anything. We would have laughed and be like,
play that
oh,
off.
because people were laughing. People were already laughing.
Go ahead, Cam.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody else.
That's what it was. Stephanie and I in the office in the studio when this happened, and we were talking about it. I mean, like, I don't know about y'all, but we were like, that has to be staged.
We thought it was.
I still think it is. I still think it is, because we're all talking about it. We're talking about the Oscars way, way more now than we would if this didn't happen.
I don't know, because I don't think it's staged. I follow, obviously, I follow about a bunch of like pop culture accounts, and there's one in particular. It's like, I described it to y'all as Gossip Girl. It's like this woman that knows all and has people that send her anonymous tips from behind the scenes, Dumoy. And she said that there was someone working the Oscars that was like, that was not staged. And there was just no right answer of if you cut away, if you don't. And she said that they had multiple sources, and again, saying it wasn't staged. So, and I think people have come out then and said it wasn't as well. I don't think there would continue to be as much controversy as when on The Talk today that they were doing a segment with Will Smith's mother, who made a statement about it. So I don't think it was, I just don't see it being staged if there has been so much press following it, because I feel like if it was staged, then...
I don't know how they would benefit from it being staged, like both Chris Rock and Will Smith. I mean, I guess it's a lot of material for Chris Rock when he has a tour coming up.
We're talking about him. Maybe it's just me. Go around the circle here. What won Best Picture?
Coda.
But the thing is,
all right, that's 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4.
I could have told you that. I didn't get an option.
But I'm not
and it was a beautiful speech. Liza Minnelli accepted an award with Lady Gaga. It was a fantastic show.
But I am not about to tune in to the Oscars next year for the off chance that someone gets smacked again. It's not happening, so it's not going to help ratings for the long run.
Right.
I see. I also didn't really want to watch the Oscars because of who they had selected for the host. I don't really necessarily I don't have any hatred towards Amy Schumer, but I'm not like the biggest Amy Schumer fan. Plus, I hadn't watched any of the movies, so I wasn't going to. But like the Grammys are like my thing, so I'm obviously going to tune into the Grammys. But I feel like movie buffs are going to tune into the Oscars. So I don't think it makes the Oscars like more relevant, because either way, all the pop culture podcast I listen to, we're going to talk about the Oscars just as much anyway. The fashion, the awards one, Billie Eilish winning her Oscar, which makes her halfway to an EGOT, that kind of stuff. I think it's very important to see that other people won these awards, that put them above a lot of other, there were a lot of awards given that weren't just this one stupid accident or
agree.
incident.
Yeah, it overshadowed a lot of highlights and significant
Right.
moments. So it was a lot of.
The first deaf actor or director won an award, and
Yeah.
it was the first time that had ever happened.
All right.
Yeah, so.
Gotcha. Well, I saw that Will Smith and Chris Rock both responded to it. It was over Instagram or something like that. It wasn't what it should have been. But let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that comedians are getting a little too personal on their platforms? Like they're highlighting people's struggles, or
No.
it's just
I mean, comedians have always been like that. They are going to make jokes about their family. They'll make jokes about your family, anybody. And like, I know I'm going to a comedy show pretty soon. I don't want to sit front row just because I know they may get on me. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're taking that chance when you go to a comedy show, and they hire Chris Rock for that reason to make jokes. Did he know about the alopecia and all that? I don't think so.
I just think comedy has always been a raw and unfiltered medium, and I mean, I guess we're at a space now where we have to ask ourselves, is that still okay? I know we're at a time where things are like less accepted, and we have a lower tolerance for things, no matter the art medium, but I don't know. I mean,
But I mean, to that point, wherever we as a culture decide to set the line, successful comedians are always going to go right up to that line. Doesn't matter where we put it; they're always going to go right up to it and see who can get the closest without crossing over.
Well, and kind of talking about that line, I mean, Chris Rock, I don't think anyone here is like, oh, what he said was just perfectly fine. But he had a chance after getting smacked silly by Will Smith to keep going and pressing, maybe not on Jada Smith, but on Will or something like that. Like, he had that opportunity and he chose not to. So I think he kind of got the message that it's like, okay, I mean, message was sent. Not in the best way, but I think he showed good restraint in not doing more than
Great restraint.
Yeah.
But also, I would have been a little bit scared after Will Smith would have kind of cussed me out. I would have said, all right, we'll just move on then, just like he did. So.
And I think he came out too and talked about I think there was, from what I read, there was previous beef or trouble between Chris and Will.
Oh, really?
I think I read that somewhere. And so I think if you look at that too, you kind of have to say, okay, well, you just kind of have to. I feel like there's a lot of factors that go into it, but I hate that it did take away from so many other groundbreaking moments that did happen in the award show, and create such a controversy that everybody's like, is it staged? Is it not? However, it's made some great memes.
Yeah.
I've seen some really good, funny
see.
memes today,
Yeah.
but
It took away from Will's award too. I think
Yeah.
that
It
was his
did.
big deal. It's not just other people. I mean, it took away from his moments as well, and also with it not just being some fictional story that he's winning for.
Right.
If he was in Dune or something, it's like, okay, Dune, great movie, but it wasn't about a serious struggles of people. Where he was tasked with the job of portraying
Richard Williams.
Richard Williams, and all the struggles that they've had to go through and everything like that. And I think that's probably the worst part about it, in my opinion.
Weren't Serena and Venus there?
yeah, they were there.
Yeah.
I mean, going back to the comedy thing, I do believe that at the end of the day, the marketplace and we as consumers should decide what's okay and what's not okay. So if there's a comedian whose material you don't appreciate or you don't like, you just don't go to their show. You don't support them. You don't buy their or stream their stuff. And if you do like them, you stream their stuff. But I think we should just decide that way. I don't think walking onto a stage and smacking them is the appropriate way. I mean, the same goes for, if someone's out doing a live shot and you don't particularly like that news station because you don't like the stories they talk about or how they tell stories or a particular reporter, would it be right for someone to smack us in the face because they don't like what we say? Exactly. So I do think
Winston's
that
giving everyone
should be-
ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, not giving anybody ideas. Please don't
Dear
smack us
God,
in the
please
face while we're
don't.
out in the field. But I just look at that as the same way. Like, it's just a better way to handle the situation.
Yeah. Well, hopefully nothing really severe resolves from this. I think Chris Rock hasn't pressed any charges yet. I
think
haven't
he
heard
said he's
anything.
not, so.
Yeah.
I know the
but-
Academy made a statement today too.
Yeah.
Is he keeping his award?
Chris or Will?
Will.
I mean, I would assume so. I haven't read anything
Because I
that he
heard
wasn't.
reports that they might take it away, but which I hope they don't take his award
Nah,
away. I do
that's-
think he's deserving of it, but
It was just a poor choice and judgment in the moment, and we never know what's going on behind the scenes in
Yeah.
someone's life. So maybe that comment just added on to something that they're dealing with at home that we just don't see. So
and that speech was raw emotion. So I mean, it was not staged. That him, Will stepping up to that microphone and giving that speech, that was like raw emotion. That wasn't staged. You
Now,
can't.
do y'all?
You don't
do
think
y'all
he could act that on?
Yes, but
Didn't he win Best Actor?
That's right, he did.
I don't know.
make it look
felt
raw.
real though.
Do you think he deserved the standing ovation for his speech and everything like that? Like, it was a good speech. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
Yeah.
it
would
seemed like everyone just completely forgot about what happened,
Yeah.
moments earlier.
yeah, like would he have still gotten the standing O if he hadn't like open face slapped someone?
I mean, yeah, he
open hand
definitely
slapped
would
someone.
have, but I don't know.
just interesting.
It's almost like people are still processing it, so they're
So
going to
do
give
you-
him.
I guess you're trying to say, like, was it like a pity ovation? I guess,
just
or was it
like, I mean, did it? To me, it kind of almost felt like, did people just forget like what he did just not too long ago?
No, I think everyone
I mean,
knew.
You can't forget that.
It is a
You
room.
can't forget that.
his speech though literally was like, basically trying to not walk back, but just saying how he, there needs to be more love and more, less violence in the world and everything, and how that's something he's working on. So like, I thought it was a good message, but it's just like, I mean, you kind of just contradicted yourself,
Right.
not too long ago.
Yeah.
He should
But
have
it is a room
apologized
full
to
of people
Chris
that have
during
made
the
their
speech as
made
well.
their buck on drama and showmanship and emotion and
Well,
spectacle.
And here's the
so-
thing too, Amanda Klutz, who is one of the anchors for the talk too, she was talking about how like he was saying that in like a Christian way, but if you believe in that as a Christian way, like the way you show love isn't slapping someone in the face and then giving an emotional speech about love. Like that's kind of like polar opposites of where you stand.
Chris Rock would have turned the other cheek.
What if
Oh no,
You're
not another
turning-
one.
You're turning into Pimpo, and I don't appreciate it.
Don't train him.
We're
get
gonna-
you there.
we're going to keep you two separate from each other.
Yeah,
Does anyone have any more thoughts about this? I don't want to call it a controversy, but a fight, I guess. Not even a
It's a
fight,
controversy
but
for sure.
I would call it, I keep seeing it called the slap heard around the world.
but it was though.
I mean, like literally.
It was probably the
Slap
top
Slap
headline
eight.
on every entertainment and news.
No, it was on CBS. That's all. When, one of our producers was putting together Andrea's show on Monday. It was all that on like CBS's news feed. So
Well, hopefully both parties can just kind of move on from it. We don't have to see this again because I don't like seeing, two well-known people
Well
get into that.
respected. I like both of these guys too. I mean, I grew up knowing Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Chris Rock for everybody hates Chris and Madagascar. I mean,
I've seen some memes
Shark
off
Tale.
that.
not the fish from Shark Tales and the zebra from Madagascar.
the fish from Shark Tale smacked the zebra from Madagascar.
Jada Pinkett Smith was the hippo in Madagascar?
Oh, it all
forgot about that.
correlates. Right. It all matches up.
Maybe they had
Yeah.
beef when making that trilogy.
Maybe.
Can they make up? Can they?
I think they can
Make
move on from
amends?
this.
I think so.
I don't know.
They should get on the Red Table Talks, though. I feel like everyone's waiting for that episode to come.
Desmond,
Oprah's
someone
gonna
smacks
have
you on a
somebody.
global stage. Can you forgive them?
Oh, Oprah? Maybe.
If someone smacks you on a global stage, can you forgive them?
I'm fighting.
All right. Well,
I mean, it was a good thing. I did think I was like, at least it was an open hand smack instead of like getting punched in the
disrespectful,
face.
It was
Yeah.
Slap is
disrespectful.
I
disrespectful.
mean, yeah, but I still think
A
that's better
punch
than
would have
getting
been less
dropped.
disrespectful.
Yeah, probably.
A smack
Unless
is
you get KO'd on the
so
Austin stage.
disrespectful. It's unfathomable that someone will smack you at work.
Yeah.
Like on
God
stage
bless.
in front of millions,
was not
millions.
good.
So
Well, he took it like a champ, I'll say that.
he did take it.
Absolutely.
All right, well, if anyone else has any ideas here for us on After Hours, Emma Rose will tell you how to find us on our social media.
You can find us at After Hours on Facebook, After Hours WCBI. Yeah, that's it. At After Hours WCBI on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Trying to post some more, see what happens.
All right, we'll see you next week.